take children away from their parents?
Enforcing the law often has emotional impacts for everybody involved, and that's something that they sign up for, but it's something we want to provide resilient services, mental health support for anyone who needs it.
Do you think that the policy of child separation could have contributed to a dehumanizing culture within CBP that contributes and kind of spills over into other areas of conduct?
10,000 border officers, a secret Facebook group filled with racist jokes, violent memes, and rape threats against members of Congress. And then, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez walks into that hearing room, looks the Homeland Security Secretary dead in the eye, and asks the one question no one else dared to ask. Are those officers still protecting migrant women and children? The room goes silent. Cameras roll. What happens next is one of the most uncomfortable and unforgettable moments ever caught on tape.
Mr. Secretary, are you aware of the ProPublica report indicating that there were about 10,000 potential current and former CBP officers in a violently racist and sexist Facebook group?
I am aware of the ProPublica article, yes.
Did you see any of the posts in the report?
I did.
Did you see the posts mocking migrant children's deaths?
I did.
Did you see the posts planning physical harm to myself and Congresswoman Escobar?
Yes, and I directed an investigation within minutes of reading the article.
Did you see the images of officers circulating photoshopped images of my violent rape?
Yes, I did.
Are those officers on the job today and responsible for the safety of migrant women and children?
So there's an aggressive investigation on this issue proceeding. You've heard the chief of the Border Patrol, the most senior female official in law enforcement across the entire country, say that these posts do not meet our standards of conduct, and they will be followed up aggressively.
But
we've already put individuals on administrative duties. I don't know which ones correspond with which posts, and we've issued cease and desist orders to dozens and more.
Did you consider the dehumanizing effect on the officers, specifically in child separation, and forcing them to take children away from their parents?
Enforcing the law often has emotional impacts for everybody involved, and that's something that they sign up for, but it's something we want to provide resilient services, mental health support for anyone who needs it.
Do you think that the policy of child separation could have contributed to a dehumanizing culture within CBP that contributes and kind of spills over into other areas of conduct?
We do not have a dehumanizing culture at CBP.
Okay.
This is an agency that rescues 4,000 people a year, that's absolutely committed to the well-being of everyone that they interact with.
And
I don't believe there's a dehumanizing culture.
And Mr. Secretary, so you don't think that having 10,000 officers in a violent, racist group sharing rape memes of members of Congress points to any concern of a dehumanized culture?
Congresswoman, those posts are unacceptable. They're being investigated, but I don't think it's fair to apply them to the entire organization or that even the members of that group believed or supported those posts.
Mr. Secretary, just one last thing. How did 10,000 members join this group, including, I believe, the head of CBP? I'll double check, including the CBP chief. How were they in this Facebook group without anybody knowing, without anyone in leadership knowing?
Again, this is the subject of an ongoing investigation. If there was supervisory knowledge of unacceptable activities, that will also be considered.
Imagine this. 10,000 Border Patrol officers, men and women with badges, guns, and authority, secretly part of a Facebook group filled with racism, violent memes, and rape jokes about members of Congress. Now imagine sitting across from the man in charge of them, the Secretary of Homeland Security, and asking him, live on national television, how this could possibly happen. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez didn't imagine it. She lived it. And what she said next left the entire room frozen in disbelief. Let's get into it. AOC doesn't waste a second. Mr. Secretary, are you aware of the ProPublica report indicating about 10,000 current and former CBP officers were in a violently racist and sexist Facebook group? The Secretary admits he's aware. She asks if he saw the posts mocking migrant children's deaths. He says yes. She asks if he saw the photoshopped rape images of her and another congresswoman. He says yes. The room goes silent. AOC leans forward and asks the question that no one wants to answer. Are those officers still on the job, responsible for the safety of migrant women and children? The secretary dodges, says there's an investigation, says some have been placed on administrative duties, says it's being handled, but you can feel it. He's uncomfortable. AOC doesn't let him escape. She asks whether the policy of separating children from their parents contributed to this dehumanizing culture inside Border Patrol. He says no. He insists CBP rescues thousands of people every year. He insists it's not fair to paint the whole agency as dehumanized. But AOC isn't buying it. Her eyes don't move. Her voice doesn't shake. You have 10,000 officers in a violent, racist group sharing rape memes about members of Congress, and you don't think there's a cultural problem? The secretary pauses, says the posts are unacceptable, but that they don't define everyone in the agency. The tension in that hearing room could slice through steel. Then she asks the one question that pierces through the walls of bureaucracy. How did 10,000 members, including possibly the head of CBP, join this group without anyone in leadership knowing? He stumbles again, says it's under investigation, says if supervisors knew, they'll be held accountable. But that's not an answer. That's a shield. AOC leans back. The look on her face says it all. The disbelief, the exhaustion, the silent question that every American watching is thinking. How many times will they say investigation before someone actually gets punished? And just when the hearing ends, the media flips the story. Suddenly, Fox News jumps in, turning the focus to AOC herself. Now she's not the one demanding accountability. She's the villain who allegedly cost New York 25,000 Amazon jobs. Anchors call her reckless, anti-business radical. They talk about lost salaries, lost tax revenue, lost opportunity. They never talk about what she just exposed in Congress. And that's the twist. In one moment, she's accused of being a socialist who hates capitalism. In the next, she's attacked for daring to challenge corruption inside law enforcement. That's the paradox of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. To her critics, she's chaos. To her supporters, she's the only one brave enough to look power in the face and not blink. But beyond politics, this hearing was about something deeper, a question that echoes through every department, every agency, every institution with unchecked power. When hate festers inside those meant to protect us, who protects us from them? Who holds them accountable when leadership looks the other way? That's why this moment matters. It wasn't just a fiery exchange or a viral clip. It was a rare instance of someone pulling the mask off the system and asking, in front of the world, who's watching the watchers? The secretary gave the polished answers, the government-approved phrases, the kind of talk that sounds responsible but means nothing. AOC saw right through it. Calm, sharp, relentless. She didn't raise her voice. She didn't need to. The truth did the shouting for her. And by the time it was over, every excuse, every half-answer, every defensive word had been stripped bare. This wasn't just politics. It was accountability. It was one of those moments that remind you how broken things can get when silence becomes policy. And as the cameras shut off, one question lingered, one that every American watching could feel in their gut. How much longer can they hide behind investigations before someone finally takes responsibility? That's the story. That's the confrontation. And that's why this clip still burns through the internet. Because when truth and power collide, the silence afterward says everything.